everybody, it's Lisa from Shabby Road Studio. Welcome back to my channel. Today is an upcycling video. So we're going to do another duster. I hope you enjoy dusters as much as I do because we're going to do another one today. Do you not just love this shirt color? It is so pretty. The blues, dark blue, light blue, and then this gold, kind of like a, I don't know, it's kind of between gold and orange, but I love it. Anyway. It is a 3X. Somebody has asked in the comments before what size shirt I started with, so I want to be sure to tell you this is a 3X. I'm going to be using this as well. This is a extra large. It's a kind of a women's dress or a tunic, more so than a shirt. It's longer. So we're going to use this and this shirt. At this point, my thought process was to use this as the main part and then add some of this denim to the bottom. I mean, it's not denim, but you know what I mean. What do they call that? Chambray or something like that. Anyway, I have to try these onto the mannequin and decide which one I want to be the main piece, because I think I want this, but then when I laid this out, I was thinking maybe. I really wish I could ask your opinion, but you know, it's a video, so I can't. But I really like this color, so I think we're going to start with this. And if we do start with this, what I do next is I'm going to take the sleeves off. So I'm going to take them off right beyond that, like I always do. I take those off. Let me see. You guys don't want to watch me do that, do you? Now that I've got that camera so high up in the air, I can see everything. Everything. So we're going to just cut these off for now, right here. I might go up farther, so they might end up getting cut off higher up, but for now, go ahead and cut these off camera, and then I'll be back with you. Okay, I'm back. I have the sleeves cut off, and I went ahead and took out all the buttons, took them all off. So at this point, I still haven't decided if I'm going to come up. You know, I probably will. But I'm going to also take this collar off. So I'm going to want to do the same thing I did in that one duster where I come up and around like that and down, and then I'll put something else around the front. Okay, I think we're going to go down 4 inches from this armhole here, the armpit area. I'm going to go 4 inches and mark it right there. And then up here, I'm going to go 4 inches from the edge of the collar, which is right there. Okay, so I've cut this piece off. I'm going to just flip it over and use it as a rough guide to kind of get the same area. Now they may not be exact, but I don't really care. It's just to get the basic. Now if I need to make adjustments, I can. At this point, I probably will turn it inside out and I turn it inside out and take these seams in a little bit, because on that one I did, I ended up having to take those in after the fact, and I don't want to do that. I want to do it ahead of time. Now's the time to just, this is inside out, so now's the time to decide, like, you know, how far in you want to come. Maybe coming from, just so this armhole isn't quite so big, you could come in from like here, just kind of angle, like do kind of like an angle. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to go straight. Can kind of angle a little bit to get kind of more of a, yeah, that angle. I'm sorry, I probably shouldn't be doing this video when I'm tired. But I think you know what I mean. You can see what I'm doing, so just to kind of decide how much, then you can mark it. Like this. Okay. So I will do the other side, and I'll probably sew it and come back and show you what I did. Okay, I am back. So I cut these, and like I said, I cut them and then sewed them on the inside here, and there's a lot of thread. Now it is just the way I want it. So it's tapering out a little bit, not a ton, but it's tapering out. And then we're going to start adding on things to the bottom. So we've got our armholes like we want. Let's see if I like it like this. We can take it off right there where we take off collars before. Because like I said, you can take off more, but you can't put more back on. I mean, well, you can. I mean, that's, you know, but it's just easier to take less off. So we're just going to do that first. It's easier to see what something looks like with it off than to just kind of try to imagine it. So we'll save that collar, because you know what? We use collars after we cut them. So yeah, this is what we have. And for now, we can leave it like that. We can change it up as we go. But so now we want to start adding layers and things to the bottom. Okay, so we're gonna take this other denim, I don't know, I'm just gonna call it denim because it looks like denim. Anyway, we're gonna take this other denim-like dress. I want to use this bottom part on here to add some length. Okay, this has pockets. I don't want to go clear up here. I don't want it that long. So we're going to have to go like right under the pocket. And then, so that's going to be right about there. That's crooked, as usual. Anyways, it's just a visual for you. I am going to measure this and cut it. I'm going to cut all the way around, and then we're going to take this piece on the bottom. We're going to take that piece that I cut off, and we're going to start on one side and go around and sew it on. It's not going to be big enough. I mean, I haven't even measured it, but I can tell you it's probably not going to be big enough to go all the way around. So what I do in those cases is I'll take all of this bottom piece off, and then I'll fold it in half and cut it at the halfway point. Then I will take, sorry, it's just trying to give you a visual. Then I will take this part and start sewing it onto this part, and wherever it ends up in the back is going to leave an opening. We're just going to fill that with another piece. So we can use a piece of this, we can use a piece of whatever, it doesn't matter, whatever you want. So, but just to get like an even amount, so you don't start here and start sewing and then end up being short here. You want those two sections to look like they belonged right here on the opening. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to measure this and cut this off, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I decided to fold this dress in half sideways like this, and then just lay this where I want to cut across. It looks pretty straight to me, which is, you know, unusual for me, but, you know, it might not be perfect. But we all know that's not what we do here on this channel. We don't do perfection. But I'm going to follow this chalk line that I made for myself and cut off this part that we want to use on the bottom of our shirt to give some length to our duster. And then we'll add whatever else we want as we go along, whether it's lace or patches or some more, whatever. So we have all this left. We can make another project with this part. We can use pieces of this on this other duster. I mean, it doesn't matter. But some people probably think, well, you know, what happens to the pieces you cut up? We always use everything eventually. If this isn't used for this project, it will go in my stash to be used on another one. So, and I just put the clips here to kind of keep this all kind of even. So now we can take those off. These are really handy to use when you're sewing and stuff like that. So now we have this amount. Let's bring in our shirt. Such a fun color. Oh, I love this. Good for either summer or fall. So what I was trying to explain earlier, a few minutes ago, is this will now start here on the bottom of this, and you'll just sew it around. But I mean, looking at it, it's not long enough. So then you're going to take it to get an even piece. You're going to fold it back together like it was. Make sure these all, you know, match up close. It doesn't have to be perfect again. And then we're just going to cut this in half. So what's going to happen? You're going to be sewing this on. It's going to go around. And it's not going to be long enough, but it's going to end up here. Same with this, all the way around. And it'll end up somewhere like that. Okay? I hope you can see this. So it's going to end up with this big space. Now, yes, we can take another piece of this. We can utilize another piece of this, no problem, and just come in and sew that in. Or we can use some other fun fabric. Or we could use, we could come in with a piece of the yarn, and we could use that. I don't know yet what I'm going to use. I like to see how it's going and decide then. But we can use any of that we want. Or you could use a contrasting piece altogether, because this is a fun piece of wearable art. It's not something you're going to get at Walmart. You're not going to find anything like this, and that's what makes these pieces unique. So I'm going to go sew this on. Probably going to use, you know, zigzag like I normally do, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I sewed this on. Looks good. This is the amount that was left open. I decided I wanted to take a piece of this jacket, you know, the one we just did, that I used for the jacket and the skirt project. So this is the bottom part of that. I love this. So I cut a piece to go in here. but it wasn't quite going to be long enough. So I just undid the seam, the hem, I'm sorry. I just undid the hem and straightened that out and pinned it on underneath. Now I'm going to go to the sewing machine. I'm going to zigzag up and around and down with the same gold stitching that I used up here. I don't care about this little crease. I don't care about any of that. I love the way this looks, and I think it goes well with what we got going on. So that saved me from actually cutting into this. Not that I couldn't, but I just thought it would be fun to add an oddball piece in there. So that's why we save these pieces, because they come in handy later on. So I was glad I had those. I'm going to go sew this on and I'll be back. I'm back and that is all sewed on. I like it. I like it a lot. So now I'm going to cut up the sleeve. Let's see. We're gonna cut the cuffs off first, just in case we want to use them for something else. But I want to kind of get these sleeves opened up to see what I might want to use them for. And so to do that, it's best to get these cuffs off. And it's nice to keep these cuffs because you can use them. I've used them before on things. So then once the cuff is off, then just cut this where the seam is right here. So just cut down that seam like that. That opens your sleeve up and gives you the most area of fabric. Okay, I'm going to do that with the other one. We're going to use this somewhere on here. I don't know where yet. If you haven't figured it out by now, I just kind of fly by the seat of my pants. It is just how I work. It's how my brain works. Now sometimes I might look at some things and plan something in my head, and it most of the time doesn't end up exactly that way, because when you're working and you're going through the process and you think, oh, that's not really going to work like I thought, then you switch plans. You know, it's as simple as that. This isn't, I'll say it again, this is not a sewing channel to teach you sewing. I can imagine all the intelligent, highly trained seamstresses out there are cringing at what I'm doing, but this is creative art. This isn't a seamstress channel. Okay, I've 2 of my sleeves are cut open now, and then I'm going to put this piece on the mannequin and kind of look at it. That's how I kind of determine what I want to do next. I kind of just throw it on the mannequin and kind of look at it to see what I feel like might work. So that's what I'm going to do right now, and then I'll be back. Okay, I thought about this, and I had a couple different things I might do with this part of the sleeve, but I landed on using this part right here as a pocket. So I want to kind of make a pocket and then duplicate it on the other sleeve to have lines. And let's see where to go right there. Come down. All right, that's not going to be even, is it? Okay, so it's going to have to be this line right here. Just have to play around with it. And we'll save that. Save that one. Bring this sleeve in, and we'll just Okay. Now we have two very nice pockets, good sized pockets. I'm going to turn the top, I think, over and stitch that down first. But I had an idea with this. I don't know if you're, well, we used the bottom of this shirt, which was all lace. We used the bottom of this shirt's lace for another project, and I thought, I saw, in looking through my stuff to try to find something to go with this project, I saw this, and I thought it might be cool to cut around this part here and stitch it to the pocket. It's going to be just barely wide enough, or just, it's going to be almost too wide, but I think I can make it work. But I would want to do that after I sewed the hem. So I kind of want to do that on this, just to break up this plaid, because it's going to be directly on this plaid. Some of it will be, so if you take, like, this is the front, it will overlap both colors, but it'll just break up this. So say we put our pocket here, it would just break up all this plaid on plaid by having this on there. So I'm going to cut those two pieces out, and I'm going to go over and sew the hem on the top. Okay, I have taken the pockets over, hemmed them, and then cut these pieces out from the shirt that I showed you, and I sewed those on with a zigzag stitch. I used blue, changed to dark blue because my other gold was, I'm running out, but I think the blue looks nice. So now what I want to do, if I can find the end to my lace again, it's not lace, but it's ribbon, eyelet, I don't know what you call this, eyelet. I think this would look nice. Is there a right way and a wrong way to this stuff? I think that kind of would look nice across the top. Stitched on like that. So I'm going to go do that. I'm going to cut a piece for each one and go do that. And then I'll be back. Okay, so I forgot to cut this pocket out. I like to do that because I like the frayed edge that it leaves around the pocket area after you wash and dry it. So if you just cut this pocket out and just leave a little bit of the fabric there, that fabric will fray and it will look neat. I have to still, amongst other things, I have to sew back. I took all the buttons off from this. Took the buttons off that came on it, is what I'm trying to say. Blah. And I just picked out some different ones, you know, some funky, non-matching, I guess, is the point of this. Just, you know, different ones that would be complementary to the colors. Yeah, so just gonna sew those on at some point. Not right now, but just to let you know, there will be still some buttons on here. Sometimes I like to leave the dusters open without buttons. because it's just, you know, it's a throw over. It's a overshirt, you know, whatever, like a vest or something. But I like the looks of the unmatching buttons on these things, so that's what I'm going to do on this one. This needs some extra pizzazz. I just am trying to figure out what that is going to look like. What I want that to look like for this. I don't know, you know, just sometimes you just throw things on. That would be cute, just like sew those two things together and then sew the whole thing right there. I might go do that. Okay, so I took this same shirt that we've been kind of harvesting things off from, and this was around the neck, and I thought to myself, what if we cut this up around and attach this on? So maybe just lift it up a little bit. And draw. Just like up around the, make sure we have it even. So do this up around there. Yeah, I think that's what we should do. Because that, I mean, that was a possibility anyway. But I guess when I saw that lace, it kind of, you know, finished making up my mind for me. So, gone. Okay. Yeah. I think that could work. I think that could work. So I think we will work on that off camera, decide how I want to go about it, and then I will show you when I'm done. This over to the sewing machine and sewed this lace around, and it wasn't quite enough, so I just cut a piece of lace and added it right here. I used the brown stitching on this because if I dye this, which I think I'm pretty much going to, then that thread will just kind of blend in with everything. But this will just tone down, it'll tone down the lace a little bit, everything will kind of, these pockets will go a little brown. I think it'll be really cute dyed. I think it's cute like it is, but I think it'll be fun going back to the dye. So the next thing I thought about doing off camera, I was like, what can we do back here? And so then I took some more of that shirt. That shirt has been really beneficial for this project. And I thought, what about we do some of this back here? You know? I think that will probably sew across here and around and down and leave this open, like just leave this unsewn. So up and around. I even could do, maybe that would be cute. I don't know whether I should do the scallop there or just take it down to where it's straight and just go like that. I might just do that. So either way, whatever I decide, I will go sew that on and then I'll come back and show you how it looks. Okay, I'm back from the machine. I have sewn this up and around and down, and then I put a piece of that eyelet across the top just to kind of finish that off like I did the pockets. I like it. I think it turned out really cute. And this is open, just kind of flopping there. So that adds something to the back, which makes me happy. But I want to kind of, I don't know. I want to kind of possibly do more down here. I don't know. I'm still debating on how much more I want to do to this duster before I take the time to sew all these buttons back on. That'll be my last job before I throw it in the dye. I might do it after. I don't know. It's just a job that I hate sewing buttons on. So I'm just procrastinating doing that. Okay, so looking around, I would love to put something on the bottom of the duster. And I have this valance, okay? So I have this valance with this, what do you call that, Battenberg lace. I have 2 of them, so if this isn't enough, but this one measures pretty close to being enough. But either way, I do have 1 more. So I was thinking about cutting it and then just sewing it around the hem of the duster. I think it'll look really cute. It goes well with the lace that we already have on the duster now. And I believe this will take dye just fine. So, yeah, I'm going to cut this. I don't know how far up. Probably about somewhere around here. And then I will get it pinned on and see how it looks. Okay, so that was a little tricky. Taking the valance as it was straight across with its dips and things, it didn't work putting it on like that because the shirt here, the shirt bottom has curves. So I had to use what I could and then cut it and turn it. So I had to chop it up a bit, but oh my goodness, I really think that it adds a lot to the bottom of this duster. So I'm pretty excited about that decision. And then when the dye hits all of these pieces, I think it's going to look really cute. So then I still want to do something over here, and I thought I got into my stash of old jeans, and I see this pocket. It's kind of cool. I want to cut this pocket out. I always cut around further so I can sew it on. I want to sew that on right back here. So that's what I'm going to do. Just going to get a spot here, and pockets are always fun to use. They, especially if they have a design on them. I'm just roughly cutting this out because it's kind of awkward. But utilizing old jeans for different reasons. When they might be thrown away. So I will cut this straighter, give myself a little bit of a area to sew, and then I'm going to put it probably right about there. So I'll be back when I'm done. Okay, I sewed this pocket on. Tried to do zigzag. It kept messing up for some reason. And then hit the pin that I had in there. Something hit my eye. I don't know what it was, but I found both pieces of the needle, so I don't know what it was that went in my eye, but gotta be careful, I guess. Anyway, so I just ended up straight stitching, which is fine because when this gets washed and dried, you'll get a lot of neat raveling around this, so that'll be cool. Then I took a piece of this and just made a patch over this, just for fun. So then, I think, and I zigzagged again around the armholes just to keep them from, raveling. I think I'm done. I'm not going to put the buttons back on until afterwards. I'm just going to get this in the dye bath and then see how it looks, and then put the sit down to do the buttons because that's a little bit time consuming, and I want to get this done. I want to get this video done so that I can get it uploaded for you. Should have been out yesterday, but I got tied up, so it's hopefully gonna be up today. So all right, I just want to show you because I know some people ask about the dye I use, and this is the first time using this one. And fingers crossed it works. And then we're going to have a really cute duster. So I'll see you after it's done. Okay guys, I am back. This has been in the dye bath. I didn't leave it in there very long. I wanted more of a, I don't know, I didn't want super brown. So I got what I wanted, just kind of a tea, almost like a tea stain look to the laces. And that's what that looks like. These two things took a little differently, which is fine. And then here is the, like the Battenberg type lace, I think is what they call it. Yeah, so I'm quite happy with that. I did, when I was just about to put it in the dye bath, I decided not to use the one that I showed you, the synthetic dye, because it didn't say on there that it would dye cotton. It said it, all the others. So I put a mixture, actually. I used a little bit of the regular RIT dye that I had been using, and then I put partial of the one I showed you. So who knows, but this is how it looks. And then I'm going to turn it over for you. And like I said, this is going to start fraying. It's going to look really cool around this pocket. When you get it all frayed up, it looks really cool. And yeah, it's going to fray around all these. So this is the end result. There's going to be threads that are loose. You got to pluck them off, cut them off. But then it'll just be, it'll be done doing that after a couple washes. So I'm going to take this now, and I'm going to take it outside where it's, the lighting is so much better outside. So I'm going to go get some photos. I don't know yet if I'll try this on, but I'm going to get photos of this on the mannequin, and I will insert those pictures. If there's a video, I'll insert the video after this. This is the last time I'll speak to you, but don't end here if you want to see this, how it looks on a mannequin, because that's where I include the photos. So thanks for watching. This project has been fun, and I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. And so stay tuned for the pictures, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.